So yesterday we covered, I'm sharing my screen, by the way. Do you see that? Excel?
Yes.
We do.
Okay. So yesterday we covered a lot of good things about the banking, how many banks are there, which is the main bank, and how do you do reconciliations, manual processes. And we talked about several things about, the things which you do for the daily cash provisioning and the challenges, the manual entries which you input in the bank. So a lot of good information. And I just ignore the color code here. I just did my own analysis to see, what is a very good things going, and red one is, where the improvement is possible. So this is just for my purposes, but for your purposes, this, we covered a lot of good things yesterday. So thank you very much for doing that. Yesterday, I sent an email also where I requested the documents to be uploaded. I'll show you the here very quickly. Juice, when you click on the link in the email, did you get the email, everyone?
No.
When
did you send it?
I sent it to your today morning. So let me see, sent item. Okay, so one sec. I sent this email, so let me see if it is going to right people. So Dalio is there, Afwa is there, Xavier's is there, so everyone is there. You didn't receive it, this email?
I'm checking.
Okay.
But
if you, this is Open Points R2R banking.
It's my name in there.
Yeah, I see.
You see it? Okay. So it is reaching Ghana, so it's okay. So everyone got it?
I mean, we are checking.
Okay. So
okay.
It should be my name, Vineet Jain, and the subject is Open Points Africa.
Yeah.
So now,
this afternoon.
Okay, 2 people got it. Okay, I think it is reaching Ghana. Perfect. When you open this email, there is a link to the document here where I requested yesterday for list of the banking, etc. So when you open this, you will find this as a folder where you will see that each of you have their own folder here. And when you go to, for example, Idiaprim, and you will see R2R, general accounting. So this is the session we are in, R2R, which is intercompany and banking. So you click on R2R and you can upload, list of banks, any template on any SOW, SOPs, or any kind of documentation which you have. So you can upload here in your respective folder. This will be very, very helpful to me and to collect, and easy for you also. You can just put your stuff here. Yeah.
It seems like it's the same thing that you sent to Lillian.
Say it again.
I say it seems like the same thing that we sent to Lillian.
Yes, this is the same thing, just it has a R2R, general accounting. You see this? If you go here, it has a R2R. This folder, you have to upload the documents which I am requesting. Liliana would be here, I think. It's the same folder, just, different subfolder under it.
Okay, is it okay if you pick the mail that we sent to Lillian to load it there?
For Liliana, it is account receivable, but for the banking and all, for reconciliations, so she's not doing reconciliations. So you have to do for reconciliations. In case you think something is already there in Liliana folder, you can say that, okay, bank list is available with her. So I can take from her, but in case you think what I'm requesting is not there, you can upload here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a general accounting, and the same thing, for example, this is for Idyapuram. If you go back here, you can have Sigiri, Geta, and everywhere. You can, upload the bank list and the things which I'm requesting. And apart from this, I requested one activity listing also here, employee activity listing in the bottom. So if you click on that, you will be having an Excel file open out there like this. So here what I did then some examples, you can put this is trying to understand the organization, right? So for example, site one, Geta, and employee one name, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what percentage they are devoting for manual journal entries, recons, fixed assets, bank, intercompany, or others. And in case think a person is doing AP thing also, what we can do here is I'll maybe I can do something for you right away. My right click is not working. Editing, open in desktop. So what we can do, I can include one column with AR and AP. In case a person is doing AR AP thing, then we can insert this one column out there. Why this is, I think this one, yes. So let me insert here, insert column to the left, for example, AR. So you can say, for example, and one sec, insert column on the left, AP. I'm just helping out to make a life little bit easier. AP. So for example, Geta, this is the one employee number, name, and let's take Ovasi as an example. So for manual journal entries, oh, this person is devoting 50% of the time in journal entries, and 5% in the month close, and 20% in recons. He's not doing fixed assets, for example. He's doing 5% bank and intercompany 10%. So that way it becomes, and rest of the 10% this. So you see the total becomes, you can say that it becomes 100% out there. I'll see the formula is not there. Like formula copy. Should be some from here to here. Somehow this on the Teams, this formula is not going. Percentage general. Like 10%. What mistake I have done? I'll check on this one. So what happens, if you see the percentages here, maybe because of this, like that. So when you fill it, it will become 100%. So I will know that a person is doing this work, and total becomes 100%. Is making sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And similarly, for example, yes, Cesar. Yeah.
One question. About the
Percentages.
the employee. Should we change employee one by the name, or should we let it as employee one.
No, put the name. Put the name. Uh, put the name of the person who is in your team so that I can know how many people are there and who is that. Basically, this is important, and that so that I can know this person we are talking about. Otherwise, from employee 1 to we don't have any connect. So you have to change this. For example, it is Frank. So you will have to change this Frank and write this percentages. So I found this a little bit easier for you because if I ask you how many hours you are devoting, you can tell me the hours also. But if I ask tomorrow the same thing, you will have a different hours. So that's why in order to reduce this issue, if you can provide hours, this is wonderful. That I am devoting 5 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour in each of these processes. Wonderful. If you are not able to provide it, then give us the percentages so that we know this. For example, a person is doing AP job also, invoice processing, etc. in this example. So you can put instead of reporting, he is doing AP job work also here. So you can copy, you can paste it as well. Making sense?
Okay.
So you have to give it a little bit thought and you will save a lot of time in discussion. Otherwise, I'll keep asking you how many hours you are devoting this, that. In case still I will ask you, in case you can provide, fine. But in case not, fill this sheet for me for R2R accounting. So I will be okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let me close this. And let's go to taxonomy here. Okay, let's start with the intercompany. And before, just give me a view on the intercompany, how the intercompany is, the non-trade, trade, what you are doing. Non-trade includes some kind of professional services, entries, some kind of software sharing, allocations. Those are non-trade. Trade are related to transfer of goods or any kind of material, etc. Those coming in the trade. So give me an overview how the process of the intercompany is, what it includes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So with regards to intercompany, what happens is during the month, during the period, if there are some transactions, let's say, or was it does something for us. Like maybe we went to their stores to pick their items, they bought a ticket, they did any transactions that they did on our behalf. At the end of the month, they will bring an Excel sheet stating what they did, the price, everything, in addition with the supporting documents.
Transactions related to material or goods and services means trade. You transfer.
It can be goods, it can be services. When they render services or goods to us.
I couldn't understand. Say that again, please.
I said with intercompany, when they render goods and services for us, they will, at the end of the month, they will send you an email stating what they did for you with the supporting documents. It's mostly in an Excel.
Okay. And this is transaction relating to what kind of service?
Or service.
Example.
Like example, Vinny, like me, I'm from Sigiri. Right now, I'm at Accra for this workshop. So the accommodation that was like God House provide to me here, they're gonna back charge it to Sigiri because all my bills are going to Sigiri. They will send like the accommodation invoice, which they are invoiced by the hotel. So Sigiri have to pay back that.
Okay. Do you have kind of a professional services like auditor expense here, technical services or software services?
Yeah, we have traveling, we have accommodation, we have consultation, we have secondment, everything.
Secondment,
Secondment.
Second,
when you go from other sites are posted to other sites for some months.
okay. So these are the non-trade, means not trade related. So about the trade transactions, do you have kind of you transfer the material also from one Geta to Avasi to Idrapuram, material transfer as well? Inventory transfer?
Come again, we didn't understand you.
So what you have told the services, but do you transfer the material also, like, and you produce something and transfer to other location and then you intercompany settle that off?
Yeah, there are goods.
Yeah, there are goods, ADB. That one is
Okay.
treated different. That one we create PO for them. So that one is different.
Goods and services both.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Okay.
then with the goods, the treatment is different.
Yes. Services both. And based on that, you receive the invoice.
It's not. Now, which one do you want us to talk about? Because the
Just
goods, the
get
treatment.
goods. Let's talk about goods first.
We should talk about the goods first. Okay. Then with regards to ADB, it passes through procurement. Procurement will create purchase order for them. And then when the goods are received by us, our warehouse people will create GRA.
Mhm.
And then we have a common share drive that we use. So on that share drive, when you go there, you print the invoices and then
Okay. Which system you print the invoice? SAP?
no, it's a common drive, a shared drive for Anglo. So on that drive, you print the invoices for Eduaprim half years, ADA, all the various branches have got years. So you go to your branch and you print yours.
Okay. So invoices you printed and then you
Printed, and then in Eduaprim, we give the invoice to the director of finance. He will minute on it, and then the invoice will be processed like a normal, the way we process our normal invoices.
processed, and then that's booking of the entry and everything happens. So when you receive the invoice, again, you receive in by email.
For Sigiri, it's quite big difference because Sigiri there is the API automation. when the invoice came by email, it's went directly to the automation process. There is no
Directly from the automation.
Yes.
So
Possibly,
means SAP to SAP, it directly goes invoice.
Just EDB.
yes.
And yes,
But
I would say it's not.
other intercompany.
So, like our end, when the invoices are loaded on a shared drive.
Okay.
Yeah, on
Invoices
a
are
portal.
loaded and
On
okay, are
a shared drive portal. So
Okay.
we will print the invoice.
printed. Okay.
We also print.
Are printed.
I thought she was going to speak first. So that's it.
Okay. So this is for the services like this, like accommodation and all, right? When you transfer goods, how do you transfer the trade transactions for the goods and goods, not the services external party?
The
Is it
question
all
again.
happening? Is it all happening via SAP? You don't do manual transfer by email, the invoices and say receipts, etc. Invoice statement is generated by SAP.
No, for what we know, it's manually generated.
Is manually.
Yeah, for what? Is it the same?
Okay.
thing?
So
We
you
generate-
generate from SAP, or how do you generate the invoice?
Please hold on. Are you talking about invoices we are sending, or you are talking about invoices we are receiving? Are you talking in terms of
Invoices we are receiving from other intercompany partner when they transfer some goods to us.
the company has two ledgers? We have the one we are receiving, and we have the one we are sending. So we want to know which one are you talking about now?
Because there is payable.
Receiving.
Receiving. Then this one is different.
Oh, okay. So this is for paying, right? Because it is coming from others.
So if you
Okay.
This one is payable.
if you do the payable, it means the opposite will be for receiving, right? Yes. So let's do one, and then we can go through the other thing.
Yes, receiving the invoice. Let's do this.
Say again.
For Gaeta, receiving is done with our tax team.
Okay.
Yes.
So receiving is done by SAP.
Come again?
When you receive the invoice, it is auto-generated in SAP. Do you receive manually this invoice in email or shared drive or anywhere?
You receive the invoice.
For Gaeta, for ADB, the intercompany for the goods, ADB, they send them their invoices via automation. So they send to the automation email and we process them automatically.
Okay.
Yes, they send the invoices directly to the designated email. We don't.
Okay, email. Invoices are sent by email.
Yeah,
Yes.
to the designated
And
automation
it is the
email.
same for Obuasi
And for CA also.
and for CG and for Yakum as well. Or
Yeah, we see the invoice here.
Yeah.
For ADB, but
yes, but in addition to this, for ADB Obuasi, and ADB is even money now, right? So,
Yeah, it's in-
yeah,
But it's still working.
yeah, just for some few transactions.
Yes.
But then for Obuasi, there's a share folder that you can go in and print the invoices. That's yeah. So once they send a statement, you can go in the share folder and you get the invoices. You know, you don't usually print out the invoices, you know, because we have direct access to them in a folder. So we just process them.
So everything is in SAP, means you just process
Yes.
in SAP. So
Yes.
The whole process
okay.
is in SAP.
Whole process is in SAP.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one process is in SAP.
Okay, just invoices as a supporting document you receive by email.
The supporting documents they save in the shared
In the
drive.
folder.
In the shared drive. Okay.
Yeah. No, like we are using a automation software called InterCompany.
Which
where
one?
there
Sorry.
is an automation software which is partially including SAP. There
Yeah,
are
this is a very
the-
good point. Can you you automation software? What is the name of software?
InterCompany.
Can you write it for me in chat?
In collection. Present the invoices individually. One by one.
Intellection. Okay.
Yes.
So this software, what it does? Intellection.
Okay. So when the supplier, because it is linked to a specific email,
Link to what?
to a specific email.
Email.
Yes.
Okay.
And when you receive an invoice through that email, there is an automation process that will send the invoice from that email to a software, to that software intellection, passing by the tools, some common tools, verify, and then at verify it will transfer it to SAP.
Okay. So intellection software verifies the invoices.
Yes.
Software verify.
Verify is the module of intellection.
Intellections. Say that again.
I say intellection is the software, is the global software which have different modules.
Say that again.
Which have different modules.
Okay.
There are some modules that are outside of SAP, and there is another module which is inside of SAP.
Okay.
So when the part which are outside of SAP is verify, optimize.
What it verifies?
Verify. It's a module of intellection which is out of SAP.
So it verifies the invoice detail.
Yeah, so then it reads the necessary fields. Okay, say invoice number, amount, the tax and everything. Then if it's optimized, it will automatically do that and then send by automatically send to another module called cockpit, right?
Cockpit.
Yes,
Yeah,
cockpit.
including
So,
SAP.
yeah, cockpit is just like the interface for Mario in SAP. So all that you need to do is to post.
Can I share my screen to show you?
Now I want to understand this intellection software. You mentioned two modules are there. One is outside and one is inside SAP.
Yes.
So when an invoice is received, it verifies the invoice with all the details and then it posts to SAP.
Yes. It's transferred.
It's sent to the interface cockpit.
Yes.
Process director.
From process director, you or it does automatically.
Some
Report.
invoices are directly posted.
Really?
Yes.
From cockpit to
From verify,
not from verify to cockpit, yes, but from cockpit to
the one from outside, the local one. Because for the local one, the GRM is the invoice cannot be captured without the GRM. So the invoice after verifying, if everything is okay there, the system was directly in the value patterns.
Okay.
But for the external invoice, for the foreign invoice, has its GLC system, we post them manually.
Okay.
It's only for the local and the service side, the service invoices,
Okay.
which will be posted.
So for the local invoices, you do nothing at all. Straight away,
Yeah.
you do nothing else. Okay. So that's another function that we who I say objected to because we wanted somebody to verify if everything is correct before we post into SAP.
Okay, tell me the steps if you don't mind. So first step.
So a vendor send an email to a dedicated email address.
He's writing it in.
Let's not forget.
So let's
Which
say
site are you taking?
he's
Oh,
writing.
okay, forget that. Sorry. Go ahead.
So
Can I proceed for forget or we are confused?
So you are doing this for data, right?
I mean, I understood this software, but I'm not able to connect.
Yeah, because you are typing under data, we wanted someone from data to speak. You just want to compare.
So let's write this to Oase. Is it fine?
Oh, was it? Okay, that's fine.
Okay, but because it seems like it is a normal process. It can go anywhere, but I'll customize it.
Data because she needs to attend to other things. So if she'll finish with hers and maybe move.
Yes, yes. So what is the first?
You need to amend the first description that the invoice received via email.
Invoice, the first step is invoice is received.
You are still writing and was it?
No, it's okay. Just let's see the general points, general things. You know, I'll write in everywhere. You know, I copy this. I'll copy. So invoice is received via email with supporting documents. What's the next step?
You need to categorize for data. We have the goods invoices. These are coming from ADB. And also we have other service invoices, which we do post them by Sandry. So for the ADB invoices, because we have automated our PO invoices, the ADB personnel send their invoices direct to the designated automation email where the intellection system, the automation, will do the OCR and capture the.
Thank you, Pariksha.
Details. Yes, it uses the OCR features.
So, okay.
So sorry, can I just say something on that? So basically, when Liliana is doing the ADB blueprinting in South Africa with the ADB team, and this is going to link very closely to your side of business, and, when they do. So it will be good to also engage with Liliana because she's covering it from the South African side with the ADB team, with Sadiso and Gertrude and stuff like that. And then here you're getting the site aspect.
Yes.
You get the end view. Yes.
No, absolutely. End to end, I'll connect it. So, Pariksha, I'm trying to understand the first of all intercompany. So, what I understood here that here is both trade and the non-trade. The trade is basically goods transfer where you're charging them, and the non-trade is the event like this. You're charging the money for. So this is my understanding. Is it correct understanding?
So basically with intercompany, it's only with ADB where you have internal buying. Yeah. It's only ADB that's got this type of arrangement internally. The rest of the intercompany, it's normal intercompany transactions between,
Okay.
the charging.
So,
yes.
So there is no ADB. What is ADB? It's a.
So Africa Daily Buying. So Africa Daily Buying is it's like almost like an internal business unit in AGA, right? That does procurement for the mine sites. So they use the sales and distribution model in SAP, and they do the procurement for the mine sites, and then they charge the mine sites, and then it's paid by the South African AP team where they do all of that. So, but however, ADB, I think that model is going to be coming to an end in the next couple of months. So that model is unwinding, as far as I understand. Yes.
Okay, so basically ADB is a center point where it does the transaction for various business units. So basically intercompany happens.
Yes.
Okay.
It does the procurement beneath procurement.
Okay, ADB does procurements. Africa buying does procurement. Okay. So they charge mines for what kind of charges they are?
It varies for
Various
different types of
procurement.
mining. Yeah. Mining
So
supply,
mining-
mining equipment.
So it's kind of exploration charges, etc. Exploration or
It's not exploration, it's for physical mining.
Physical material, goods and consumables.
okay, mining related. Just write it. And basically that is a basically intercompany here. That ADB expenses are settled off in between various sites. Is it correct?
Yes.
Okay. So for that purposes, so can I say there is only one intercompany partner there, which is ADB, and you all other, how many intercompany partners are there? Is it way to see that we are transacting between these entities?
So there's various intercompany trading partners between the mine sites. So each mine site has got a TP account, I mean, that's a trading partner. And, sometimes they actually trade with each other, but ADB is the only one that's physically buying and actually delivering, or it's basically trading of goods to the mine site. But then again, this model is unwinding.
Okay. Physically buying and trading. And these sites settle their expenses with ADB, right? OAC and Intrapuram, they settle their expenses with ADB.
Yes, we process their invoices and pay them.
Okay. So settlement happens.
ADB is like a vendor in their books.
Yeah.
ADB and sites. Okay. So the site, so ADB is also an SAP?
Yes.
Okay. All are in SAP.
And then they have other systems as well, but that's been covered by Liliana because she's got a separate blueprinting section with ADB.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll check that.
Maybe what we need to do, sorry, Vinyet, maybe what we need to do, Vinyet, I will forward that ADB session invite to you. Maybe you can sit and listen.
No, definitely. Yeah. So basically, my process starts when AR/AP process ends. So I will definitely connect with Liliana to understand what happens before me. But my thing is that I receive the confirmation that these are the balances. So this confirmation happens at the end of the month. What is it cut off for intercompany?
And
Start
then
making.
What is the cutoff?
the
What is the cutoff for intercompany?
from creator on 25th. On 25th, they send an interim statement for us to verify if we have captured all their invoices, and at the month end, they send a final statement and the certificate.
Okay, very good. This is a good point. So interim statements are sent in what date?
21st.
Yes, ranging from 22nd to 25th. Then
25th. And final statements
this is
and confirmation. Final statements.
Sorry, Vinny.
And
So
the month
basically,
end.
21st is the cutoff.
Okay.
21st is.
Yeah.
25th is cut off. It's cut off to receive everything, whatever you want, And you receive this statements also.
Final statement, good. Final statement is at the last meeting.
Yeah, this one we are talking about the interim statement, the 25th. We don't yet.
And when do you receive the statements?
The final statement
At the end of the month.
Is it going to get the month end?
Month end means around, okay, let me see, interim statements are received.
or 25th, depending on
Last day
the.
of the month.
Okay.
basically, the statement is on the 21st, and the final statement will be the last working day of the month.
Last working day, okay. Let's see cutoffs, but there is interim also, no interim to
Interim
verify.
is-
Okay, interim is received by cutoff
The statement, then based on the 25th.
and interim is received. And final statements before the month end.
Interim is 25th,
25th, yes.
and then
So,
the final is the last day of the month.
and how do you receive this statement? Is this received by email?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay. Received. And is it the statements are the standard or different sites have a different statement?
Standard.
It's really standard.
It's standard, Vinit.
Okay. And these statements are coming from which system? SAP system? Do you know that?
It's sent through an email by Gertrude. Yours is the same.
And she got it generated.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, standard statements are there, but these are being generated by SAP or there's some other software?
It's SAP, Vinit.
Okay.
But this will be covered in the session that Johan is going to send out to you. From that perspective.
SAP. Okay. And what do you do after when you receive the statement?
We agree the balances, and if there are differences, we reconcile to ensure our balances
So-
agree.
So when you agree with the balances, do you use your SAP intercompany detail, a partner detail, and their statement and reconcile that way? Is it a
Yeah,
Yes.
okay? Agree with the balances in SAP. And if there are differences, do you reach out by email only?
Yes.
yes.
Experiments and things.
Okay. So do you receive this on the timely basis, or do you think you have to follow up a lot for reconciling?
No, they are normally same timing.
So there is no issue.
Sorry, Vinit. We've
So how
We've got a very governed process when it comes to submissions and stuff like that. And if the mine sites fall behind, it's quite a process, so things are reported up with you. So it's very governed and it's very controlled.
No, what happened, Pariksha, when we have a differences and when we send the information about, okay, we have $100 million difference, but they are taking time to reconcile and sending the, to analysis for us to knock off the difference. So I'm asking that
Right.
thing, are you facing challenges on that, or is it well settled process?
It's a well-settled process. That's why you have an interim and a final.
Okay, so when you send the differences, you receive the response quickly.
Yeah,
So when the final statements are issued, it's all resolved.
Yeah, before the final comes, everything.
So you sort out the differences before the final statement itself.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that saves time. Okay.
Sorry, Vanita, I just also want to correct you that mode of communication is not just email, it's also Teams as well.
So Teams, you have a folders there.
Teams
Or-
chat.
Oh, chat. Okay. So resolved by email or / team chats. So do you have a list of intercompany partners out there who you deal with? All the intercompany partners defined in somewhere?
Yes, we
How
have.
many are there? 20, 25, which you transact every day, every month?
For Gator, we have 6.
Six
have the-
intercompany, okay.
Yes.
6
A-
intercompany
maybe-
partner. I'll
Yeah.
see, I'll just write IC partners. Okay. And other can help out, other partners. Ovasi has how many intercompany partners?
Obase has AED, operates Erie, Data, North America, Australia. So 6.
6. They have also 6.
Yes, 6.
Okay. And Idrapuram also, should I put 6? It's okay.
It's the same.
Okay. So basically you deal with each other, so that's okay. So Giri is also 6. Okay.
It is more than 6.
For Gaita,
Okay.
you can arrange to put it 7 if I had also the North America, but we don't trade
Sure.
with them.
America now, it's always a.
Is
Yeah, but
It's all the-
they are to-
They are
I mean,
there.
they are there.
we don't trade them. Okay, leave it to 6.
Oh, leave it 6. Okay.
But you said the explanation.
So on average, 6 to 7 intercompany partners across, all the units out there. So do you have any workflow where you send the reminders that the statement is due by 25th?
Please come again.
So on the 25th, when the deadline approaches, your system, you have a reminder process where you send reminders to all the partners that the statements are due?
So so basically that process is very much, controlled by our corporate costing team. They have a detailed timeline, that they share with the teams. It's done with actually Ronsard and them. And when you start doing the blueprinting in South Africa, that's where you see that timeline is already there and it's standard across all the mine sites.
My question is, there is no automatic notifications.
No.
No, it's all emails.
Okay. This is based on the defined Excel timelines.
And
Defined
the
timelines.
intercompany for Sigiri is 8.
Say that again?
Intercompany partners for Sigiri is 8.
Sagiri
The
is
quantum is
8.
8.
Okay. 8 IC partners. Which is the most one you deal with? Is it ADB is the most you deal with?
AGA corporate,
NDB and corporate.
AGA corporate,
ADB and corporate are the main ones.
yes,
About in terms of volume or amounts.
in terms of volume and amount.
And no amount is holdings.
It's
Okay,
all
our
for
end
you.
is holdings. That's of
Okay.
amount.
It's volume.
It's holdings, yeah.
Okay. So no, is there any workflow or anything? For example, you need a supporting document for something. So you all do by email, right? There is no workflow for that.
No,
Wow. It's by email.
Do you, so again, I have seen that this is a big challenge many times that you will have, when there's a dispute in the charges, then you don't receive the response on timely basis and it remains unreconciled item for a long period. Do you have the unreconciled items also?
No.
No.
Okay, very good.
You agree before the.
You agree before the sign off.
The sign off, it's fixed.
Okay. So what is the threshold for the unreconciled item to be called as reconciled or unreconciled? Do we have any threshold?
We don't have reconciling item because by the end of the month, we will have to agree. So we will agree for all the transactions to be posted before the month end. So the following, let's say, if the month end on 30th, then on 30th, those bringing you the certificate will have already brought you the certificate so that You check with your transaction to be sure you pick everything. The ones you've not picked, you make sure you pick it so that you can sign the certificates of the following day. Do you get me?
Pariksha, can you summarize if you don't mind?
Sorry, I was distracted with your hand. Okay. No, that's fine.
So my question was, do we have a lot of unreconciled items? She says no.
No.
So-
We don't have unreconciled items because that's why we have between interim and final. If there are any queries, it's managed before the final sign. So we have a very well-governed established process in the companies. So they will not be basically reconciling items.
Very good. And there is no workflow and nothing, just email or Teams, and you resolve the items based on that. Okay.
Yes. Just for context, Vineet, a couple of years ago, they were looking at an intercompany solution in SAP where they were trying to test it, but it didn't really work. And then basically that project fell flat. So they went back to the
Okay.
manual way of doing it, etc.
Okay. So there is no mirror account, means SAP solution for mirror accounting. You just do intercompany knockoffs by accounting. There is nothing like mirror accounting or, where the transactions can book both sides automatically. Is there something like that?
So there is some automatic matching. with it.
Yeah, that one is just the ADB, but then with the goods as per
The services.
with the services, that one we use journal to post.
So basically journals are used to clear and to post.
Sure.
Journal entries.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And journal entries are posted. Entries are posted to resolve basically issue any posted. Okay.
Can I put the ink on an eyebrows, okay?
No.
I thought you guys liked it.
I'm not even realizing it. I'm sure I'm the one.
All the 110.
When I was some blue one in there.
We can put it
Okay.
at a decent.
So tell me about, in this process, looks like you are doing very well. Do you have an intercompany policy, the global policy for intercompany?
I do know that the corporate costing team have got guidelines around intercompany and they've got workflows. And that you're going to cover when you do the blueprinting with the South African corporate costing team. So basically, JC is going to have that session next week, Monday, when he's going to do the kickoff session. And then you can actually speak to Ronsad and the team around that. So you can put that on
I
your.
understand, Pariksha, but I'm asking here, do they have the policy right now, which they follow in their own process?
It's a global guideline.
Yeah.
So there is a local guidelines. Okay.
Yes.
So let me write it. And when it was issued by locally, you made it, right? For all the individual sites, Geta, Vasi, Idrapuram, they will have a local guidelines for intercompany. It's
It's a
not.
global guideline. It's a corporate guideline, global guideline.
Yeah.
It's adopted by all the mine sites globally.
It's a
Okay, very
global,
good.
I'm not a local one. I think she got it.
Okay. And but the guidelines are there when it was last updated.
Sorry, but Vineet, that you need to cover with the corporate team because
I mean,
This team-
okay, sure. I'll cover that.
Remember
Can you
the-
share the local policies with me? I'll check the updated date from there. So, team, can you share the guidelines with me for intercompany for your locations? I'll check the dates when it was updated. The reason, Pariksha, I'm asking because we should not have the local. There's some exceptions out there, but there should be one global policy, which is a basis for
So-
everything.
There's no local guidelines. It all comes from corporate. So that must be requested from the corporate costing team that are the custodians of this policy.
Okay. So is it fair to write that global guidelines are available?
Yes.
Okay. Available and adopted locally. But there is no policy. Is the guidelines the big document or is it a very
When you just-
concise.
When it's just hold on, we're just having battery issues here.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take it off.
It's take me out as well, yeah.
Is not this one?
You can use mine. No,
Oh, you want?
you can use
Take that one out. And that one.
Okay. You want?
But is it already?
Oh, so she still puts this one.
Yeah, here we go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Even
Are we
if you
good?
can carry them.
Okay. So apart from the guideline, Pariksha, do we have a policy also for the intercompany? Because guideline is big, it's very broad out there, but the
So-
policy is very specific on.
Yeah, so that you're gonna have to cover with corporate costing. They're based in South Africa and they'll confirm whether there is a global policy. All I'm aware of is that they do have a standard. They do, have one global guideline that is issued to the sites. But in terms of the policy, I can't give you that answer. So that you need
Okay,
to
and
cover.
but the team is not aware about that policy. Basically, this is a core thing. Team should be aware about at least the policy is there or not.
So basically, the guideline could be the policy as well. We're just using words interchangeably here. So it's good to actually confirm it with the,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Local guideline to be reviewed. I'll see this. If it is a work as a policy, fine. But generally, Pariksha guidelines is a basically lot of things are included, and policy is very targeted. That this has to be done. This has to be done. Thresholds, cutoffs, deadlines, intercompany partners, those kind of
Really?
included in the policy.
then I take my words back. It's a policy. It's a very well-governed process.
Say it again.
It's just that
It's a, I was saying it's a policy, not guidelines.
Policy and guidelines. Okay. To be reviewed. We'll review. This is a good thing.
if there's one standard process globally across AGA,
It's intercompany.
intercompany, it's one
Okay.
global standard process.
What you're saying is that it gets done also, so every month, the intercompany balances have to be reconciled, correct?
Okay. So this is good. So workflow is not there. This is fine. Reconcile the chargeback we covered. Any intercompany reports you are preparing? Like aging report or total balance report, etc., for management purposes? No
So when you go
reports?
into the AGA, it includes your intercompany,
Yes,
vendors and creditors.
we do when the age analysis, the month end and the intercompany are included.
Aging analysis is done
Yes,
on monthly basis.
yes.
And what actions do you take with the aging? Do you send this to the various parties and track that? What is
Report from the BW report,
say that again?
we extract the reports from BW reporting, which is, it extracts the reports from SAP. So the reporting tool,
Okay, and this aging is done from SAP
no,
Yes.
we do it manually.
No, they.
in Excel.
It's from,
So the report is
Yes.
extracted from BW,
yeah,
and actually BW is a layer.
but we extract it directly from it.
Yeah.
Extracted from BW. And this BW is SAP also is that's a structure, right? BW is a center point.
SAP,
It's one thing it says it does.
agreed.
It's not.
It's the same process.
Yeah.
Say that again.
So basically, Vinesh put slash BW
Okay.
slash SB.
SAP.
Yes, that's better.
Okay. So that is the basis. And based on this aging analysis, you understand this and follow up again with the intercompany partners, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So tell me, and some main challenges, top 3 in the intercompany which you are facing. Certainly challenges are when you receive the invoices, it doesn't have a full details. Or, those kind of things which is making a little tougher for the process. Tell me 2 or 3 challenges which you have.
It's a complete.
For the intercompany.
Looking at you.
Dealing with ADB or,
Like disagreeing on some transactions because, for instance, you miss a payment and it's in transit, and you want the other person to,
Agree.
agree. Exactly.
So you stop the payment to them and they, no?
Say it.
You hold payment to them or something till they agree on the.
Exactly. So,
I use something that will like,
You make a payment.
okay.
It doesn't really.
We're going to put it as a time movie.
They ask you to reverse it.
Yes. So
When-
cash in transit, is usually an issue.
if there is a
Payment in
cut-off,
transits.
it's like a,
Yes.
if there is a cut-off date or something, and then you made that transfer to someone and then it not reach by time, and it's the closing period. So now you want him to, because the cash left your bank, you want him to agree that I already sent you the cash, but he did not receive at his side. And this is where the policy and the guidelines are there. So when you have the policy for this, it will decide when the cash already went out of the bank, whose party would be the right party to agree on the balance.
So because of time, differences, sometimes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that when you have like those guidelines and policy and so on, it will govern those.
Of course.
So
This
you
connected-
have to reverse the payment.
Exactly.
Our end, for instance, let's say if we make payments to Obuasi
Which you don't make.
and
profit.
then they don't, because of date,
Yeah,
if they don't acknowledge receipts of funds
yes,
and the month end, you
yes.
are forced to reverse the payment.
What if the money?
No, until they acknowledge receipts, you can't, like, immediately you send, we have to inform them we've made this payment, just acknowledge receipts. But unfortunately, let's say if we make payments on 30th and like on the 1st,
Yeah.
it doesn't show in the account, we will be
But-
forced to reverse it.
What is it? I mean, it's a little discussion, but I think like technically they should.
So basically, one of the challenge I found, like the payments
So
which are not
that-
payment made but not reflecting in the system.
Until it's in the advance.
It's reflected in the accounts. And it's common with all the.
All the intercompanies.
I understand, but I mean,
You can send them the SWIFT advice, as a confirmation that the money is in their bank. But until it's,
In the
we
account.
have value.
And that has to do with some new accounting IFRS standards, I believe.
Yeah.
Needs to, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing also, we especially have this problem is when it comes to revenue recognition.
Yeah.
And at quarter end, we want to recognize the revenue, but the timing of that and when the money is, it becomes a.
Exactly. So just to avoid,
So timing of what, Pariksha? Timing difference of what?
That's something separate, Vinay. I'm just giving an example.
Okay. So help me. So the team was discussing the good points. And what I understood, the first is a payment in transit, which is not reflecting in the system, payment made but not reflecting the system. And that is causing a reconciliation of balances and balance confirmation problem. What else you are seeing as a challenge? And if it is done well, it is make life of the process easier.
I would think one other challenge is to automate the process where we attempted automation, it failed. So to basically automate the workflows and stuff like that.
Yes.
That would probably, I mean, instead of emailing,
Yes. Email is a tracking of the email is the problem, that you have to send so many emails and you don't know.
the
Yes. So the agentic workflow definitely will be one of the recommendations which can help in managing those tracking and notifications, etc., for the due reminders, etc. What else you are facing as challenge? Anything in the invoices? The fields are missing in the invoices. Some account number is missing or anything is missing. Do you see those kind of cases a lot?
Sorry, Vineet Gupta has got a point here.
Couple things. Sometimes there is mistrust between the charge of something which is not belong to CGL.
Okay, so it's misallocations.
Misallocations. Because their invoices come at the end of the month. So like the last week of the month. So it's tough. You have to check everything. Sometimes you can have more than 30 invoices. So it's come around 27 or 25, 25. You have to go deeper in the analysis because it's you have to assign them to the customer. So when you assign to any user, you see the person and say, no, this is not fine.
So it's agreeing with business ownership of that specific cost.
Yeah.
Sometimes where there could be misalignments.
Maybe the right.
Shape of the cost. And Pariksha, the cause of this is that the lack of enough training to the people, that how the cost ownership will be defined.
It could be multiple reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, for example, like a global cost.
Exactly.
And then it's done by the corporate costing team where they then start distributing this cost on whatever driver or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was not agreed with my side, or they could be. So it could be various reasons. But I think the reasons again for that will be covered by the corporate costing team. They have day-to-day insight into but I mean some of the challenges you can speak to directly.
Sure. But so these are localized problems. Sometimes you may need to even apportion the cost depending on what the person came to do on site or in Ghana, for instance. So yeah, that's the challenge, and usually it's the senior finance manager, director, FDP, that you have to escalate to get all the necessary people involved to be able to apportion this cost.
So how do you resolve it? Does the approval of the person helps in resolving this ownership issue? That approved by director or approved by this? Okay, then we take that cost. How do you resolve this ownership issue right now?
From multiple, source, depending on the availability of the people that can assist, so sometimes, yes, you have the contacts, of the person that is involved. You can reach out directly to, and because in most cases, some of these people are not, as in finance inclined. So they will even ask you to reach out to someone else, who is at the finance department to be able to do this. So yes.
But we're talking about the confirmation of balances, right?
No, the challenge is not the confirmation.
Yeah. So
I'm asking about the challenges, which prolong your process,
So if what you need to say, what happens when you don't get a confirmation, right? Is this what you're explaining?
No.
When you are processing the invoices,
Okay.
You're in the invoice processing.
the challenge is that I'm coming there.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes we had some challenge because there was a name on the InterCompany invoice which we didn't know.
Okay.
So
The nature, type of charges that they
Yes.
and because when you want to process, you have to put a cost center.
Yes. Type of expense and
Yes.
so on, so that you put it in the correct cost center.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to avoid this, you have to go back. We went to Pearl and she's told us that no, this is account.
Yeah.
It's what?
So like somebody else.
Yeah, something.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So but these challenges are There are normal, challenges. I'm sure they still going to agree with us.
Yeah.
Not something that's it's part of the invoice.
So I think like what will need to happen is that like if there is a something not clear in terms of the type of cost or in terms of a disconnect on where like if there's a disconnect in approval for example, there should be like who are the go-to persons like by business, by account, and then even especially metric like in terms of like
Yeah, so I think what makes it different is because there's so much of shared service from a mining perspective when it comes to global types of mining, basically geology, engineering, whatever. And the driver to actually backcharge that as well. Sometimes you've got actually technical teams where there's actually direct hours that they can confirm, projects and stuff. Sometimes, so it does become difficult. And then you need to go back to the various business units. So
Business unit. Yes. So how this will be resolved?
sorry, Vineet, but what will address it is if we have a ticketing tool and we start actually having the actually templates, for these types of costs, when it works those
Yes.
particular way.
Yes.
So we can start looking at the rules.
Yes, exactly. That's why I was asking about the guidelines and the policy. So guideline will include these type of cost and how to take care of those. That's why I want to review the guidelines to make sure how detailed it is and whether we need to have a comprehensive policy so that people are not looking at the guideline all the time, but just looking at the policy and following it. So this is a very good point, Pariksha, that if we have a defined cost elements clearly, that this cost means this cost, and the nature is this one, and how to be treated in accounting.
And then I think the other big challenge that we have that I think I can say is that generally when it comes to services that are done offshore, for the different mines, etc. So we actually prefer to do direct billing. So like, for example, if we have like a genpack cost, we'd actually prefer that to go actually directly to the mine site, because what we often have is that when we have shared cost with, if, for example, something is costed to North America and then actually North America needs to distribute the cost, it becomes a tax challenge. And the reason it becomes a tax challenge is that your local tax authorities will not allow the tax deduction. It has to be properly validated. So
Pay costs.
Yes.
Corporate
Yes.
pay costs.
Yes. And especially with the labor cost as well, that's important and how
Yes.
globally.
Right.
So yeah, and then we also have transfer pricing agreements for labor. I don't know the rates that you'll get from Ronsard and his team. I think the last time I knew it was 7%, and this is applied consistently, I think with the exception of actually Brazil. They've got a special arrangement, and that would have been covered with the intercompany.
Yeah.
Again.
Okay, very good point. I've noted the cost guidelines, etc. Tell me more about.
So basically, the tax authorities have come back in the past because the attachments also to validate those costs was not sufficient. So there's also a lot of scrutiny by the tax department in AGA, by JOC and by the tax team. Sivan got into all of
To
them
make sure it's
around
correct.
the send meeting documentation to make sure it's validated. And
There are more requirements,
Yes.
that way the third party just really.
Yes.
Sometimes does it happen that some big charges comes to you and you are surprised who to reach out, and is it a part of the same discussion that we don't know the owner who to reach out to resolve this cost and allocations, etc.?
But those ones, the LDT, the director is able to assist on those.
The finance business.
Yeah.
that's why it's so small. Okay. But so normally you at least you will know that this is coming from which entity, legal entity or whatever, but you don't know like what are the details of the cost itself,
Exactly.
like to which cost to book it or whatever, so that you are able to look at it and you're able to confirm with them on this amount, right?
Yes.
So they come with supporting documents. So looking at the supporting documents, you can really tell where to charge it to.
Yeah.
Where to check? Yes, supporting document doesn't show where to check, right?
Without the supporting in the payroll.
Yeah.
But I think in the case of Tanzania, I know the TRH has been really sticky.
Yeah.
And because of that, if you don't know
Right.
where to go, you keep on finding the right person.
Yes. So
Okay.
this will be will be a portion.
Have you found the cases where there is an incorrect cost center, incorrect account code, which is mentioned out there? And because of that, you will have to do a reclassification entries in the system. Is it happens to you that you have to do correction entries because the upstream is putting the wrong cost center, or wrong account code?
It's the same topic that we just mentioned
Yeah.
before, right? Hey,
So this
if you have the policy and you do things correctly, and
So correct accounting codes, etc. Because this is very common that
Was a no. We moved to management accounting.
Do you guys have trust?
Yes. We moved to management accounting. And then, because there are more with the end users and we know exactly which costs.
Yeah, the business data.
Which costs to be allocated to what. So we go to them, see, we receive this invoice, and my assistants.
you go to that PNA.
Yes.
Pariksha, can you tell what was, and the voice was not clear to me.
Yeah, so I think when the questions related to the cost allocation of a particular invoice, the folks here go to FP&A that have more detailed knowledge, right, on the
Treatment
cost
of accounting.
invoice. Right, that's the point. They cannot resolve it themselves. They need to go through a
Series of people. Okay.
organization, FP&A, right?
Okay. Very good. What else? What else? Any other challenge in intercompany you are facing?
If we are not sure of the GL codes to post, we can inquire from the cost accountant.
And that was what he said.
That's what.
Do you have agreed balances that are not really, we don't know the makeup of some of them, like age? Or you have to agree because of the handling that happens every month, but there is amounts there that are,
To avoid the new allocation.
so, for example, like you have a payable account from Ghana to Tanzania of 1 million, okay? Out of it, you have 700,000 that you have the exact makeup of the but 300,000, you are getting the balance because we have to agree on the balance, but the exact, like, to which invoice details breakup, we don't have that, and it's long back and it's.
Now, it says
Those
you.
are our results.
Yeah.
Need to get calculated. I mean, it's done at that.
The balance is agreed, but you don't know exactly what is it related to.
No, they do know exactly what it is.
It's your result.
Yeah,
it's your result.
You definitely will know, yeah.
So it is understanding the invoices doesn't have a full detail to understand the kind of expenses, or is it correct?
Oh,
You're
I
saying?
don't think
So,
that.
invoice in itself,
Yeah.
might not have full details. Because what if, for instance, we consolidate, quite a number of transactions. And then, so for instance, Tank Palace, other services, and then we put them together as backups before we prepare the invoice to the intercompany.
Okay.
So yes, the invoice in itself might not have the full details of the
Okay.
backups.
Okay.
Exactly, the backups.
Invoice and backups are not complete.
Sure.
No. The backup, the supporting backup is sufficient enough to talk to the invoice to be able to.
Exactly.
But the challenge is it is not enough to validate the cost. Is it true?
No,
The invoice alone.
But I think it was a hypothetical challenge
Yeah.
that Mustafa
Okay.
brought to the table, and the folks here say, no, that's not a challenge because we are providing all the supportive
All the
details.
supporting document to that. Okay. So
Exactly.
it's a discussion. I thought like
And
this is a
usually
challenge.
will be accompanied with a spreadsheet, breakdown.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you face challenges for the statements? The statements which you receive as a confirmation are of different formats. Is it, or is the same format of the statements which you receive for confirmations?
The standardized.
Standard statement. Very good. Very good. Okay. So I think dispute wise, I understood, being resolved, but tracking the things are difficult. Any other thing which you think, any automations or anything which you that if it is possible, for just for an example, I'm just more curiosity, the netting thing, right? Is the automatic netting happens inside the SAP, that two parties are there, you click on the netting, it happens. Sometimes the company who don't have SAP use the external services like BMG, City, etc. to do the nettings and payments. Do you use those kind of services?
No, no.
So, okay, so you are doing them yourself only. So no netting tool or anything. Okay. Because that simplifies a lot of things, because netting tool has the parameters which has to be entered and it nets off at the defined date and it's paid automatically. So this will be part of agentic and we'll see that how to use it.
Well,
Any
maybe
other
that initiative you guys thought about in the past, right? That didn't go forward. What were the main reasons that it didn't go
I think limitations within our SAP environment.
Yeah.
Also because of the version of SAP that we read. And then I think a big thing was that thing, it also because it was a custom development, and then sooner they realized that SAP also had some basically intercompany solution.
Right.
And they tried to work with both.
Okay.
I don't know, things went
Okay.
flat. Yeah.
so
Sorry.
Pariksha is
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's much-
That's
yeah.
right.
We've got-
100%.
From all this for years.
100%.
SAP
Really
which
better
touched
view of your transactions that you need, for instance, like with backouts and those things. And it's also involved the other party, having to accept once you input it, needs to accept and all that. So it doesn't give you that control, on site to do things
So,
quickly.
yeah.
Fast.
So I mean, if you take the Blackline Intercompany, I once saw a demo of the Blackline Intercompany. It was nowhere near the capabilities of that Blackline Intercompany in terms of what was the attachments, workflow, everything. So everything started.
Have you considered that in the past, Pariksha, just out of curiosity, the Blackline Intercompany?
Well, we considered Blackline for the GL reconciliation tool, and we completely pushed back because it's way too expensive. I don't
Way
think
too expensive. Okay.
it's in Blackline, but
So-
if there's a similar product that Genpact has got visibility to from an intercompany perspective,
Okay.
Right.
we will definitely look at that.
Okay.
And for intercompany recons, etc., have you thought about any product yet? Have you reviewed any
Yeah.
product?
We in the process, we are working with our DT team on a tool called Best GL reconciliations. Yeah, so it's just been, so we got it for vendors only.
So you are considering some tool for recons, which includes.
It's not big innovation, process development, yeah. It's not constructively.
So, but we're still Ghana and doing the company as well. You use
Yeah,
best.
all GL
It's the, what is it called?
Best.
Best?
Bank with
Yeah,
a bank,
It's not working
it's
for-
not working for Ghana.
But that's the vendor
So-
reconciliation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is completely separate. This is
Oh,
United Nations. This is GL reconciliation.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That would be perfect.
For intercompany recons,
Manually allocation, so just do it for you.
Yes, it's all, and it's all in SAP.
for okay, let's come back to for intercompany recons. Are you doing manually all the recons in Excel?
Yeah, we are doing it on Excel.
Okay. And the same process, you download the balances from SAP, take the confirmation and take as a basis and do the same normal process, right?
Yeah.
But in Excel.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay. Any challenges in the reconciliations which you are facing? So
Sorry,
when
we need
when
to-
they are
That's seamless, with every reconciliation, I mean,
Thinking,
because it's been pre-agreed, it's Usually,
So,
yeah.
we all agree and then school sign.
Same. And is there a standard template, for all the intercompany part reconciliations you're doing? So can you
Yes.
share the template just to see that GETA has a different template than WASI? Just share that with me if you don't mind in the same folder which I showed this morning to you.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay. All right. So the reconciliations definitely, tool can help in recons as well. But fine. And the approvals, etc. The same approval process, like some places hand signed, some places DocuSign.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's DocuSign.
yeah, that's DocuSign. Yeah.
So DocuSign, mostly DocuSign. Okay. Because yesterday was very interesting when you mentioned the hand sign. So
So all of
okay.
the.
So intercompany. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. No, I'm saying that all of them are getting approved by DocuSign
Yes.
in most of the cases. Okay.
In most cases.
In most cases. Yeah.
Yes. I forgot what was I asking. So you are sharing all the reconciliation in the SharePoint, right? Not on your desktops.
No, it's on a shared drive.
Yeah, shared drive. Okay. And on shared drive. Do you have any kind of training document or anything which a new person who joins in can use it? Have you developed any kind of training document or extension to any SOPs or any process flows for intercompany?
So for now, are you just using, I thought we agreed on hybrid. Just DocuSign.
There's actually DocuSign in most of the sites.
Exactly.
And in the case where people are on site sitting next to you, it's printed and signed. So it's,
I remember, I'll take from the previous conversation that two sides having a hand sign, and when the manager is not there, they use the DocuSign. So I'll use that in the previous one. So my question, what I was asking about the shared drive, I asked about the emails, right? So you have a common email for intercompany, or do you personalize the email by targeting targeting right person? Do you have a common email box?
That's not right. Yeah,
that's
that's not right. With AGA domain, not.
no,
Not
it's
not Gmail, not Yahoo, not Hotmail, and so basically individual emails, company,
Company.
provided email address.
Okay, no
And-
common like intercompany at gl@AGA.com. As this, like you don't have that
So
intercompany.
basically, so Vineet, how the corporate costing teams work, right? They have a dedicated accountant for each of the different regions. So there's one person, for example, Pearl, and she'll engage with Africa. Then there's Nati, and he may do Australia, etc. So there's one person for each of the regions, and basically that's how they control the
By
cost.
person name. Okay, not the common. Okay.
But there's a dedicated person for each region sitting at the corporate level.
Yeah, that's why you don't need that ID at this point. But person at corporate, I should say,
For each region, yes.
for each reason. Okay. Okay. Any other thing which you think as a challenge, the process wise, you mentioned the manual processes, you mentioned emails, you mentioned, follow-ups, ownership, at accounting also you mentioned, the reconciliations you mentioned so many things about it, but still I will give you opportunity. Do you see any big challenge? Perfect. Okay. So for SOPs, etc., I didn't hear clearly. Do you have a SOP for intercompany? Standard operating procedure or any process flow?
And what you showed me for banking cash with the screen down to see what else. You check it. Check it.
So say that again.
With finance manual.
The manual aspect, this is as part of the challenges.
No, it's talking of challenges.
Yeah,
Talking about the SOP.
yeah, whether we have. But I mean, I wanted to talk about the manual waiver. I don't know if we covered that because like you go and pick the manual invoicing. The invoices are not generated, from SAP or the company. It's manual. So you go in there and
And your invoices, don't you print them from SAP?
the company ones.
Intercompany one, we print, because those ones, you don't advance and register it. This, the other ones, like.
So is it fair?
That you have to handwrite.
So you generate it.
We generate from our system.
We
And then we send the invoice to the other companies. Like in case, let's say data, I'll print their invoice, attach the supporting document.
we print it adding from SAP.
Yes.
But you do the manual input. So we pick from the cost center
We
and
put,
then yes.
yeah,
And pass the journal.
we pass it there.
Exactly, that is what I was referring to.
Then you're talking about the manual journal.
And
Yes,
so
the
we
manual
put
journal.
the manual journal.
Because we picked it from the cost center and then to the company vendor. Manually.
But I think that was covered when we did
Okay.
manual journal.
Yeah, so I wanted to,
Is it fair to write right now there is no SOP or process flows and has to be documented?
Standard operation procedure.
So the SOP is basically, I mean, if you are invoicing, it's okay, for intercompany, we don't have a separate SOP.
Okay.
Is there a normal invoicing procedure and the
No, for
customer?
intercompany specific, there is
No.
no SOP or manual to say that these are the steps.
No.
They follow it? No.
But
That one has to do with corporate.
The accounting.
okay.
Locally, we don't have anything like that.
Accounting manual for all
Yeah.
this, like,
And in that accounting manual, does it have something about
intercompany.
your company? Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to check.
For basic.
Please, this.
Okay.
So we can.
Every transactions, the whole thing about accounting.
Let the sites confirm, basically, Vinit, and they'll get back to you on that one.
Okay.
On the
No problem. Yeah. But anyway, SOPs are also will be revisited to see whether this aligns with the new process. About the tools which we are using. Pariksha, my team mentioned one tool called Intel. One sec. I want to understand a little bit more about
Introduction.
intellectually, yes. So just
So
help me
Simona-
out.
Yeah, so Simona will be covering that in AP. It's basically your AP automation. It does your OCR and it takes it into process
Okay.
directed, QA match, all of that.
Okay, invoice processing. Okay, it verifies the invoices and is it integrated with SAP that puts the invoice in the SOP?
Yes, it is integrated.
Okay,
into it.
very good. I got it now.
But the difference that your solution does is that this is very much like machine learning. So you've got to teach it that this is where the PO number, this is where the tax number is, blah, 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 blah. But the
Okay.
agentic AP can read unstructured data, which is why we're also very attracted to agentic AP because it can, any
Okay.
machine can.
But this tool, the intellectual, based on what I understood in the discussion with Simona and the team, is that it is not, it doesn't directly interface to SAP. It does not, there is, the invoice comes to shared email, and then someone goes into the email and checks one by one and pushes.
Yeah.
Very fine.
No, there are some few which has passed.
In terms of reconciliations, intercompany reconciliations and intercompany processing, do you have a language? Sorry.
Sorry, Vinny, just
I'm
one
the-
second. So AP automation is used very well, I think, in data and Sigiri. Obuasi and actually Duprim, it's not used as, and I think also some of the challenges there is because of the tax, the taxes and the VAT and the split between services and stuff. You know, they tried to customize the tool to work, but it was just, yeah. But I mean, between, I think, data and Sigiri is used. I think.
Okay. Okay.
Our gas law are more
Complex.
and it's a bit complex.
And you would have picked it up in AP, right? Because the tax has been challenging.
Yes.
We have an indication that it's changing.
Oh,
Yeah, they are
possibly flats.
even introducing a new one.
No, yeah, but that's going to be flats, like 20%.
Plus, wow, that would be very amazing. Yeah.
In case it should happen.
That
Because
is-
I
that is the
know
agreed.
when it was decided they were going to remove the COVID.
Yeah.
And interesting, they didn't remove it. They rather introduce something. So.
Okay,
Okay.
Bennett, you can.
Yes, thank you. So from the from intercompany recons and the intercompany process for the GL purposes, do we have any language challenges? For example, invoices coming in different language where you have to understand, is it everything is okay in English, right?
Yeah, everything is in
It's English.
Okay. It's English. So this is a very good thing because when you're dealing with so many intercompany partners,
Even the support for documents on invoices.
So, yes, there's opportunity it's in French. You know, I mentioned that there's an SL template usually that will explain.
Yeah.
So that would, but it's not so difficult.
yeah, we can, there is a conversion tool also, but I just want to understand, sometimes it is handwritten invoice, right? And you are not able to then convert it correctly. So, but mostly is it in English, so no problems to adapt. Okay. I think it looks fine to me. Anything else which you think we have covered? The reports, we covered the recons, cost allocations and all are the part of journal entries, right? Which you are doing. Is it correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And one question, very basic thing, all the sites, which SAP version you have?
Yes.
You
I was going to ask
this
you a question.
yesterday.
Thanks for this. I was going to ask you a question.
I know.
So Pariksha, you lead this question, Pariksha. Which SAP version site has?
We know it's SAP release 8. We were on ECC 6 something, but I do know it's SAP release 8, but you can go to the 6 something and just.
Yeah.
SAP 6?
No, it's 8 something.
So
SAP 8. So all the sites are using SAP 8.
they're checking, so just hold on the openings to confirm.
How do you check?
It's 800. Yeah,
800.
800.
SAP 800. Okay.
Yeah.
And Pariksha, any plans are there for upgrading?
We just did a massive upgrade. It was a 6 months, 6 to 8 months project. Actually, SAP was down this weekend.
Yeah.
It was actually up.
Yours
It
is
came up.
behind.
So yeah. So it's they've just done a big upgrade.
So upgrade is in process.
It should be done now. It should be
It should be done now. There is, okay. So in the
Be
next
done.
6 months,
Team stuff, yeah.
So,
okay.
so 800 is not the latest, so it is something more advanced. or-
So the version that we had,
I'm sure because.
okay, so we actually definitely are not SAP for HANA. You know, CFO doesn't have the appetite to go.
This is what I
Yeah.
was reaching out to.
AGA, CFO and CEO made it very clear. They don't have any appetite at this point in time to invest in SAP for HANA.
Mhm.
So Cardi is on SAP for HANA. We're downgrading them to the version that AGA has. And
Okay.
it's proving to be a challenge for us because we've never had any other client that has come from an advanced version to a lower version. But our executive team said, no appetite for SAP.
Hmm.
So that's where we
Okay.
So yours is what?
800.
800.
Yeah.
And then how come yours is?
It will, because
So
it
it's
will
all-
process.
it's all-
It will come through because it will.
Everything about your IT guys, for example.
So as of now, Pariksha, from next 6 months to 1 year, there is no upgrade or anything. Everything has to happen has happened.
Yeah, but there could be, for example, if you take like base or if you take like intellection as an example, there could be like patches there or upgrade service packs and stuff.
The patches, yeah, those are fine.
So,
Yeah.
Version changes are not, means big upgrades are not there planned.
so basically a big upgrade in AGA happens on a SAP perspective of once every 3 years.
Once every 3 years, okay. And from the tools perspective, for this for everyone, for intercompany, we are using SAP, let me write it, SAP, Excel, and intellectual, right?
Yeah.
Intellectual.
It's actually process director.
Yeah.
Intellection is the name of the company. The tool is called process director.
Proxys
yeah.
direct. Proxys
Process
direct.
director. Process, as in PROCESS, process director.
Director.
Director, it's a title, it's a process
Okay.
director. Yes.
For invoices. And what else we are using as a tool?
Director, you missed out on the O.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what else? Any other tool which you are using for?
Being the process of evaluating to roll on this. We don't have a GRE for tool.
Basically, that's all.
Sorry, so
Just,
I know,
some,
maybe you can help me here. I know that the corporate costing team, we're looking at TM1 to help with some of the back charging and invoicing and stuff. I know that was a project on the pipeline. I don't know if you know anything about it or,
No.
okay, but that should come with corporate costing.
Yeah.
It's probably crucial.
Should I keep it outside Pariksha TM1 late for this?
say something for later.
You want to ask, sure?
Yes, for Gator, apart from ADB invoices, other intercompany invoices, we post them via Sandry. We send them, we don't have to join.
So you do a processing via Sundry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is outside. Yeah.
Yes, yes, we push them via
The
TD.
new software you are using, like apart from Stamp,
The
you
tools.
use the tools.
So apart from
Apart from SAP, right?
South and Excel
This one is
and
Stamp,
intellection and
Excel.
process director, things really add up to me.
Yeah, I'm saying it because I haven't seen anywhere there written that Sandry invoices.
Sundry policies.
Yeah.
Sundry is-
Why is the company in something?
Look, they are invoices.
Those one,
Look, they are invoices.
those one,
But you are posting, I mean,
Because me and
whether
my
you're posting them
posting it.
Excel, you're uploading Excel or you are doing it directly.
It's different. Somebody put it in
Directly
some
start
company.
using the T-code.
Uh,
It could be SCA.
Yeah, whether you do that or you do it via the Excel, it's still something. One is not PO. Yeah.
So basically terminology for non-PO in AGA is
Yeah.
Sundry.
Yes.
You got this, we need for the things explained.
Okay, so I've included the tool shared drive, email, Teams, process director, Excel, and SAP.
Yes.
Okay, so it's good. We have covered the. If you have a few minutes, Pariksha, I want to ask for you for the next session. And have we identified the fixed assets people?
No, and it's not going to happen this week, Vinit, because it's going to be a process. We need to engage. We actually need to engage with the mine sites. So basically fixed assets will be next week. Next week, not even next week. I think you'll be busy with South Africa next week. We first need to work with the FPPs, to work with engagement and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me open this taxonomy. So lease accounting is not here, right? In Africa.
So Obuasi doesn't really have any capitalized leases. They've just got income statement leases. So it's actually
Just a
managed by
general
the
rent. Yeah, okay.
So actually Sagiri does have, but the right person, the right lease accounting is not here. It's actually Stephen Insom and Jibrin is it Isma that deals with lease accounting.
Latest.
Kate will be.
Who's it? Where is somebody? The reporting to there.
Okay, right. So we don't have the right people yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this accounting fixed assets will be.
So
Okay.
Pariksha, the big one, fixed assets, let's push this to the next week. And I'm just scrolling, lease accounting, we'll check. Payroll, just the journal entries. Let's leave it for now because I will be covering this in the journal entry session.
Yeah, but this team, remember that the payroll individuals, like the guys sitting upstairs, they will do the payroll and the accounting of the payroll as well.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
GL,
So
like the thing up with Siva would be the
yes,
accounting.
banking we have done, intercompany we have done. Now the big thing comes for the
Sorry,
month
Vinny,
close. I was saying the next thing option is that the month close journals, which we process. So I want to understand those things. So who would be the right person for those?
So you've got to just explain there in terms of like the monthly journals. To what extent are you involved in to actually what extent does maybe Sylvie come even with the GL closing that? So using an example.
So even though Teams has mentioned a couple of journal entries for intercompany, but I want to have a full detail on the quantum of the journal entry work and the timelines, the checklist. So do you guys have that, the month close checklist for your regions, or is there some other person?
No, yes, we do.
Okay,
No,
very good.
I-
Then we can knock off this. Can you upload the checklist also for me?
So please come here. I didn't really get you. You are
Checklist.
asking, we have month and closing checklist.
Yes.
Yes, which shows all the things and what date they are, workday -1, 2.
It stands across every month, when we are getting close to month end for every department. I don't know if
So there is
I
I just want to say something. There is a difference between the closing calendar,
okay.
which says this is the closing of the subledger, closing of the GL. Any entry that goes afterwards will be like done by maybe the corporate or whatever.
Okay.
That's a closing calendar.
Okay.
Closing checklist would say that, okay, this is the closing reporting team. On day 25, the payroll team will book the payroll entry. On day 27, we book the accrual entries for this. It's a daily activities till you complete the closing with all the required closing items with deadlines. Okay, so it's different from the closing calendar. I'm just
Yes.
So
absolutely.
So this
Don't you want to share?
yeah, something like this. We give you,
If you need just a moment, I'll just say something.
Yes, please have a look. Yes.
So AP closes at 128.
Yeah, so this is what I'm seeing. So see what I expected. So this is the closing calendar. This is not a closing checklist.
Pariksha, you see from my eyes, okay?
How the ability share.
Yeah. Can't you see the need?
Not one sec.
I know, I'm just joking.
No, I'm not seeing yet.
Just
Hold on.
Just hold on there.
Let me unshare it, then you share. Okay, yes, I can see that now. One sec,
Okay.
yes. So Abosi, submission, these are the things, manually scheduled, all the tasks, very good. And start date, finish date, assignment owner, and what is the date when you are supposed to do?
And you don't show the email, so
So This was an attachment to just a screenshot.
No, that's fine.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
No, it's good. It's a good surprise. I'm not. I'm actually happy. Okay. No,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
So this is a closing checklist. Has
Yeah.
start date, end date, finish time, start time, owner, activity.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is what I should.
This is what he showed me.
Yes, this is a very good list. Frankly, this is very good list, but I need what time it was due, workday 2, 3, and when we are processing, fine, but what time it was due. There should be another column also.
So you're talking, so basically, I mean, is the finish date the due date or the date that it was completed here? Because I mean, I would assume that the finish date is the due date, right?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
I think finish date, they completed it. Is it? Because is it a due
No,
date
so-
or is it once you
It is.
complete it's
The due dates. The finish date is the due date. So they
okay, finished. Okay.
then that you finished on time, they completed, this completed.
Okay.
We just completed.
Fine.
If actually the completion is separate column.
Exactly, the actual.
Yeah.
Okay. And the start date and finish date means it is a due start date when it is due to start, and finish date is when it's due to finish.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So do we have this for all the sites like this?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Different
different.
from- but it's almost the same.
Almost the same. Very good. So please
Yeah.
upload. I'll send you the email also with what are open items are there. So if it is there, Pariksha, see, I can see the general entries also here at the bottom. So I can find out the type of journal entries they are processing as well. So
Yeah.
I'll review this. This will help
Sorry,
me in my journal.
Yeah. Sorry, basically, Mustafa wants to say something?
Yeah. So this is for which country?
Data.
Geta. So for Geta, they have also like a closing checklist, but it's not exhaustive. It's like it has the 4 items under accounts payable, 2 items on treasury, 4 items on payroll, and then they say confirm by email, right? That
Yes.
like a person like from accountant sends to the accounting Geta accounting staff
Yes.
saying that I have completed this list of activities.
Okay.
Right, and we can share this email with you also, or it can be saved on the same shared drive. You can have it on it as well from your side, Vinit.
Okay.
So this is like September month end activity. So it has this type of communication, including even
Yes.
tax activities as well and internal controls.
Yes. No, that will be very helpful because this will help me in understanding the activities also. And at the time of journal entries, I'll review that. So it is the same link. You know the link, right? In the morning, I shared that with you. I shared in the screen share.
Yeah.
And you can upload your document into your respective folders. And in case you can send me an email also, document uploaded, then it will be helpful. So
And I think what we need to do after this meeting is just send a list of basically open items to be uploaded.
open items.
A
Yes.
reminder. For the team to
Remind
upload
me.
it.
And the link also I'll send. Okay, fine, Pariksha. I'll do that. So I'm good with that. Or tomorrow, what should we do, Pariksha? We have a month close. Shall we go to the closing checklist, etc., which they are uploading?
I think we can do the closing checklist tomorrow.
So those activities you are doing from your side, you're doing from your side for at least a good amount of this volume of activities in the closing checklist.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. So what I'm saying is that you're doing a good amount of the closing checklist activities that you have showed on the screen.
Yeah.
You are doing it with your hand on monthly basis.
On monthly basis, it's different by, the.
I know it's for the full team.
management.
I know it's for the full team.
Okay, yeah.
But what I'm trying to say, from your side, you do like good bunch of activities. You can explain because Vinit will take you into some detailed questions on those activities. So you will be able to answer.
What kind of activity?
No, yes.
The ones that you're doing.
The closing Excel file or the closing checklist.
Yes.
Shall we
You
do
do-
two things tomorrow? Shall we do two things tomorrow? We will review. I'll review.
Right? Okay.
Shall we do two things tomorrow? One is a closing checklist review. And another thing is
Your team.
Another thing is the
Okay.
reportings. If you're doing any kind of reports,
I can just sort out.
Okay.
the names here.
So what Vinit was explaining is that he wants to go through the closing checklist plus any reporting that you report out as well. So for example, if you're on monthly basis, you're doing any commentary, for example, for balance sheet variance or for any or whatever reporting that you are producing from your side
Yeah.
as accounting team.
Yeah.
That we can go through those list of reports, the frequency,
Mhm.
how the format of those reports are looking like, and so on, so that we can have, like, understand what's happening right now. Same
Yes.
for you as well.
yes,
Basically, you see, we have a trial balance review
Mhm.
meetings at the end of the month to go through all these
yes.
lines.
So tomorrow we can go through that, those two things. So we will be having the same team, Pariksha, for closing checklist as well, and the reporting.
Sorry, Puneet, I think let's just give basically Frank a chance to finish what he's saying, and then we'll get back to your question now.
Okay.
So the reports will be probably the minutes, for the meeting. Those items that that complete
Yes,
those ones that are outstanding.
yes.
I don't know if that's all. Fine.
Yeah, and I think you didn't understand me. He was saying that he wants to go through what you do.
Yes.
So on the checklist,
Yeah.
the ones with your name, can you help him to understand what you do?
The team,
Not
and
the
you and the
you
team.
and your team.
yes.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, so we'll go, because tomorrow, well, like, Vinit will ask about like the details. So we'll go like line by line into the closing checklist that you have shown
Yes.
on the screen, the Excel file.
We've gone through some of, like, for instance, the receivables.
Yeah, that's fine. But we'll go into, like, there will be the month-end activities that happen only in the month-end. So there are the daily things that you have to do every day and every week and so on. Now we're at the month-end. So there will be specific things that you do at the month-end.
Yeah.
Including the payroll accounting, where maybe the payroll team can be helping out, and then including also accruals and entries that happen only at the closing calendar time. So for those, he will need to ask you like details. What are the trigger? What is the attachment? What are the details? How do you book it? Dependencies. He will get you into the. So you can answer those questions. That's the.
Those that relates to the accounts payable department, yes, accounts.
It's not accounts payable.
Accounts payable and
It's
receivable.
R2R.
Say again.
R2R, we are.
R2R, general accounting, general ledger,
So,
manual journal entry.
just connect those not familiar terminology with AGA, right? They don't know R2R as a tower. We didn't know R2R as a tower prior to SSC. So it's terminology is confusing here. So I think it's best that we work through the checklist, and then Frank can say, okay, fine, this is in my scope, that's in my scope, and whatever is not in scope, then we make a note of that, and then we start scheduling.
Okay.
Yes.
No sense. No, makes sense. But I mean, if from now, if you know that there will be like big gap that is there, and maybe someone else need to be looked in tomorrow's call, then if it's possible,
That's not looking at you.
if it's possible, think of it. You have one day to think of it tonight.
But it's a process. I don't think we need to get that in
Okay.
touch up.
Okay.
We have to roll in a lot of people. into the meeting,
Yeah. You see, because how it worked traditionally at AGA, if you did AP, if you did the processing, etc., you will do the end-to-end process of AP, including the AP reconciliation. trade
No,
other
that's
things,
fine.
etc.
I used to handle a
It's
complete legal
always-
entity.
Yeah.
End to end, accounts payable, receivable, fixed assets,
Yeah.
closing and reporting, intercompany, working capital.
Only you.
Only, yeah, I handle a complete legal entity, yes. Great learning, but there is no, yeah, great learning, but there is no segregation of duty. But great learning.
And the volume? The volume?
The volume, so volume was medium, it's not a very big legal entity like that, but you do all of the, you get everything.
I see.
Banks,
That's why he's in
cash
general.
application,
Without flaunting any of the controls.
everything.
Okay, that's fine.
Anyways,
But maybe you explain it. You explain it for us.
Yes.
Exactly. So please accept there's someone
Aquas,
who's doing
like
as well as for
Aquas is management.
management accounting from our side. Yes, management accounting.
Different sweeping is
Different individuals depending on who is
reporting,
it falls on.
Yes.
like AR, also is someone who is doing the bank reconciliation with some of them.
Yes.
There is a section.
Yeah.
For AP, I can handle AP treasury and GRIR reconciliation.
Yes.
That one I can handle. If I say.
GRIR reconciliation is something which is always a headache, right? It's a big headache in all companies.
So from my side, the recon, the the bank recons, creditors
Can
recons,
they be automated?
AR, GRI,
That's.
those ones.
Yeah, that's why we do have an automatic GRI clearing program in SAP. I trust you guys are using that, right?
Really?
The trust is there. The trust is good.
Speak to BC.
Yeah, but this year has been involved, a lot of people, from that side have been involved, and it's still, yeah, it's still a difficult,
No, they're always going to be those ones that are very difficult, but there are some, where you've got thresholds and stuff where you can just accept and inventories and stuff. So actually speak to
Yeah.
BC. They definitely
So
told me
it
that.
does the allocation, everything.
Yeah.
Speak to BC.
Yeah.
They will-
But for security,
And so that's the way that.
it's not just for security.
No, for the loss,
Yeah,
for the custom.
Yeah, because that's going to have a challenge.
So they need, this will have it will be interesting for you tomorrow, right? You will have fragmentation, you will have different ways of doing it. I guess select what takes more time for you, right? And then what takes more time, you can prioritize. Let's talk about that, right? Out of
The
that
closing,
I
the
didn't know that
checklist, correct?
Yes, Vinit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And reporting also, can we touch that, the kind of reports you do, the list of report?
What do you?
Say again?
Trial balance.
Reports, the
Can-
reports.
For example, monthly financial pack you do, or any kind of reports, you do?
No,
You don't do reports.
Okay.
no, I don't.
Not very much? Okay. We'll just very 5 minutes, we can talk about it, because sometimes, yeah.
Sorry, Vinit. So, for example, all your variance analysis and stuff, when it comes to working capital, etc., that is sitting under the performance reporting team, or basically the finance business partner. That is automated in Workiva. We've just done a new process now, and all the sites,
But for accounting purposes, one thing is for management reporting consumption, right? But these reports are to actually close the books effectively, right?
Yeah, so it depends. So like whatever model that they are following, but normally closing period, like at least like the controller or someone will need to be looking into on daily basis during this week of the closing to
Right.
see how we are pacing towards the closing and how the numbers are looking like, and if there is any alerts to be raised or someone booked an entry in a wrong way.
Right.
Whatever exception.
But the reports are not necessarily generated, for these ones. So for someone who is looking at a specific area, say sustainability, is daily, assignments. Okay, to go through is cost and
They will go through this call, because that's fine, but they don't get you into a discussion or whoever from the general accounting team to ask them that, guys, this account was last month it was 1,000, now it's 100,000. How come?
Every team on the mine site, when they have an operational meeting, the finance cost accounting is what they to discuss and
Yeah,
analyze
so they
the
do.
costs and stuff like
They
that.
do.
Yes.
Like.
That is critical for.
When the TV,
Yeah.
when there is.
It has to be something. Yeah.
For it,
So on daily basis, the
I
cost
can
accountant,
actually
the
like
management
the
accountant are doing that.
it's
Going
really
through the
more,
cost reports.
Explanation for the valuation.
Yeah,
But do they
calling the end users,
exactly? So they reach out to you about like specific entry or something, or
Oh, yes, they do shout. For instance, if he goes through the report, something sundry has come from AP, you know, and he's not so sure, you walk to the person who did it, or send an email, you know, to get an explanation for it. And if it's not supposed to be there right away, you have to either reverse or transfer it to the right or something.
Okay, so I mean, like, okay, well, maybe we'll discuss on it maybe in more details, but typically, like if it's this discussion is happening in a more organized way with the general accounting team, will make it easier rather than that they normally get 25, 30 emails and calls during one day.
So we are site, as far as I understand on the my side, they do have these operational meetings, it's discussed. And then also from a global perspective, from a corporate perspective, we also assess, we do checks against, you know, your
It's about
current month forecast and then your full outlook for the rest of the year.
Yes,
So we do versions over versions.
okay.
We take, you know, so we always doing those checks and we always have reports on that.
No, that's
yeah.
completely fine. I mean, let us know like if there will be something like in scope that would require an
So,
output, or you know, from exceptional cases that there will be one of communication to be required, and that's it.
so basically performance reports of January, that's already done, yeah, that's already done, that's standardized, that's.
Okay, so it's more on a higher level to some extent, and like if there is some exceptional question, something very specific that they picked on a user who booked a very strange entry, then they go to ask him about this and that and so on. But there is no specific reporting packs or reports that are produced during closing cycle. This is what is this a?
Okay.
No, so I think let me send you the global policy, right?
Okay.
The global, right, the global standard, so then the timelines, because the way it's also done is that it's on workday 1, workday 5, workday 7 or something. So there's almost like a pre-submission before the final AGA.
Yes, and this will be the email. So the email that you have showed me would be good to save it as well on the shared folder because it has this closing calendar.
Yeah.
So also we can have a look on it, and also for our visibility as well. This will be useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then also just to remind Vineet that he's not blueprinting consolidations. Prior to that HFM pack, up until the time we done in SAP and SAP, that's where it stops. Consolidation team and the reporting team, they've submitted the packs and take that forward. There's been a lot of potential, so we just need to manage the word consolidations.
No, I understood.
Sorry, I have one question. For intercompany, what will you cover? Only the reconciliation, because not the invoice processing. For
Invoice, it's sundry.
It's a normal sundry.
Sundry
I know,
invoice.
but so you cover this one. This is just,
Sundry invoices.
yeah, cover the other. Where you
And
cover.
it's you cover. It's sundry invoices.
Invoice, so this-
Non-PO.
Normal one in the company which is relative to ADB.
Yeah. The ADB one? Oh, okay, I know the ADB. Because I discussed it with ADB. So I know the process. Okay, okay.
Tomorrow we will do interview.
Yes.
already
Tomorrow I will cover OCP something for intercompany.
Okay.
I would, that's why I'm for intercompany.
Vineet, you're good. Any other question you have for the team?
No, I was seeing your AGA's energy. You already had a good lunch, and now you are looking for the dinner. So I know that the discussion will keep on going. So, but for reminding purposes, I'll send you an email that open things like intercompany guidelines, any SOP, or anything which you have document, just send that to me. The closing checklist, please send it to me for all the sites. And also from the previous day, yesterday, I would need the bank list from you that the total banks are there. What is you can delete the account number, etc. in case you would like, but keep it on the shared drive. And also the one I'm sharing right now. Oh, what somebody else sharing? Okay.
Okay, so basically what I'm sharing, Vineet, is that at the end of the month, you know, when they actually look at variance, basically month on month, you know, when you look at movements, etc.
Yeah.
This is what they produce from a security perspective. You know, you asked earlier about, yes.
Yes. This is something we do from an accounting perspective. I understand this. So we can use this as a part of one of the report.
Oh, okay, so this is this is what I was asking.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
So
this is basically report is something which will help management to understand the variances or current state, where I am right now.
So this is done by our team here, or it's done by the the cost accountant or
This is done only by AP, but for other management accounting, they are doing the same thing. And IR also, they are doing the same analysis. In payroll side also, they are doing their.
So every owner for list of accounts, they're doing the balance analysis for their respective areas.
Yes.
Right?
The full accounting, yes.
Yes, the full accounting team.
Yeah, when you were at my month end, maybe first or second of the month, the following month will come on the boardroom, which will analyze the partnership team will put the record for everybody. If it like is my start, this is my start, the transactional side, they will ask Fanta, this variation, I already sent this sheet to them, and they will ask me, Fanta, trade banda domestic, what is the variation? Can you explain to us what is the issue? And so that we can go through to the process and explain to them. We can go to our agent and we give them all the full explanation for them to understand. And when they are sending comment to the corporate, they will put this our comment.
Yeah.
But even you send to them, you need to explain on the table with your agent analysis.
Okay.
This is our process.
Yeah.
No, this is.
We cannot send back. We cannot send back even during this reconciliation. Before we send our part, is every month. They comment every month we are doing every section.
And this is normally done by the most senior folks under each section, right?
Yes.
This
This
requires
one,
like a bit of
yeah.
senior just to put
Senior.
something crisp to explain what happened
Yes.
in 2 lines and so on.
Yes. This, for example, this is for every set is done by myself.
Yeah.
If I'm not, then that will do it.
Yes.
For this analysis, but our team, I maybe 4 or 5 can do this analysis, this type of analysis in my team. When Mukhtar is not there, somebody also is there who can do it.
Yeah.
It's not only it's not but I'm the owner, but my team can.
No, of course, you get the inputs and then you put something.
Yes, and management accounting team also, I think 5 or 3 or 2 can do the same analysis.
Yes.
Even payroll, the guys just think on the payroll will come with the analysis. And treasury side also, they are doing the analysis because now treasury is part of my team. I need to add, I told Mukhtar next month we will add the line, if the line related to the bank, all the variation will do the same thing like I'm doing now because I'm on for the treasury.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The AGA is in a transition. We in this transition. Firstly, it's basically controllership, right? Because we had one person doing AR, AP, tax, etc. Now we like streamlining. That is controllership.
Yeah.
This is finance business modeling. This is transactional. So we're now implementing this.
Yes.
Creating. It's one of the 12 initiatives under Project X. That's why shared services comes in from a transactional perspective.
Actually, it's somehow it's a relatively good thing that you have also the payroll team. They are the ones that are doing maybe responsible for the accounting as well, because like when you have this complete disconnect between both becomes an issue as well.
And this can help also to control if the cost of, for example, at July we faced some issue with the acquired, the trade banner domestic, the cost was too low. And when we check, we do the analysis again. When we go to the TB, we spend I think 30 minutes for discussion, and we go for more checking. We realize that Vivo invoices, our fuel Vivo invoice was not captured because the year of not done, and we receive the invoice data. But in comparison for the accrual, we check in accruals management accounting side is the accrual has been posted. But for the analysis, the day we do the analysis, the accrual of not yet posted. When we post the accrual, now it will balance. This is one of the big many examples. Yeah, it is very, very important. Because you go to your gear, you go to your aging, you go to your TV to do the reconciliation.
So basically, there's a tribalance with the across.
Yeah. You cannot send the pack even doing
This one is to ensure that every costs are aligned.
aligned.
No, it's great, but this is happening across
Yeah.
all of the
Definitely.
countries, legal entities, everything. Everyone is doing the same type of commentary here. Okay. Well, this is very good. This is exactly what I was asking about. Okay, Vinit, any questions from your side? Any?
No questions. And just wanted to reiterate it again. What is the open things are there? And apart from the intercompany, which I just mentioned to you, one more important thing, you remember I did ask you the number of hours, etc., because you will keep thinking about it and we will, lose the time.
Okay, so hold on here, Vinit. So on this one, I shared it with Johan, and Johan is going to send it to the finance business partners, the senior finance managers on the mine site, because they're sitting at the higher level and they'll be able to advise us on this. In terms
Okay.
of the,
So
because
what I did, Pariksha, I gave the walkthrough. I gave the walkthrough to the team just before you joined that, for each of the site, these are the process names out there. And in case a person is doing outside R2R, for example, some invoicing or anything, he can put his time here also. Like 5% I do invoicing. So that way we will be having 100% of a one person.
Yeah.
That will
And we
be
need similar even for the payroll. So the payroll, someone is doing accounting plus payroll. So the so
Yes.
still we need to have 97%, and we need to know the
Yes.
portion of the HR versus the portion of the accounting.
yes.
And this can be even different. We need even on the to be process because like actually like
Yes. So for
some
example,
ministry-
for today, the intercompany, you can know that, okay, this person does intercompany 50% of the time, or this person does for only 5% of the time. So you can fill this, is very clear. And this will give us a total scope of the organization as well as the workload also.
Goodness, because he's sitting
Yeah,
at
yeah.
5.
No, completely makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
And so that's it from my side today. But any questions or anything? So tomorrow we will be doing the month close and the checklist and the reporting in case it is something is there out there. Is it okay to everyone?
I just need to forward you the global reporting stuff
Yeah.
from a global perspective. And just for information, but please keep confidential, I'm going to share with you tracking report in terms of variances that's done globally, that shares with all the mine sites, that goes into that level of detail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's audible.
That's very good.
Okay. Thank you very much and have a very good evening or night. And see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Vinit.
Thank you, Vinit.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Okay, so how did you guys find today's session? Was it better than yesterday's session?
We'll see.
I
We'll see better. I mean, we are making progress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think now we are getting what they really need. Yesterday, I think I was a bit confused with regards to the questions, but today it's more understandable. Then I can relate to it better.
And I think what makes it difficult also is that like we've got Simona in the room, it makes a big difference. We've got
And that's why I'm trying to
yeah.
even help him out because
Yeah. And then we talk over each other and stuff, so it becomes actually difficult, but at least I think it's better, well, actually today was better from
Yesterday.
better than yesterday, okay, we made progress, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be better.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be best.
That's good, as long as.
I wake up with my
So then when they go back to my class as well, then they know what to expect. you know,
Yes.
to-
Well, the point is that the R2R is big. That's the thing. So that's why it's in terms of different processes and requirements, it's huge.
But what I've also done is Vinit wanted all the manual journals processed. So what I've done, I've worked with DC and he's pulled out from the backend tables of SAP
Okay.
for all the Africa company codes and for the South African company code 192.
Uh-huh.
He's pulled out all the manual journals for 2024.
Great.
So I mean, in that perspective, actually, Vinit can go back and just analyze based on the document type, the types of manual journals that
Yes.
are processed.
Yes.
That will also then give them an understanding. In particular at month end, when you look at the document date and posting date and
Yes.
stuff, so that should also help actually with the analysis.
No, by all means, the volumetric data is extremely important.
Yeah. And that will be the volumes as well.
Yeah.
It's that you guys are teaching me, hey, I feel like so updated. But I think to your point, Mustafa, I think the RTR is probably the most challenging term.
Yeah, and because it's different areas, it requires also in many cases different stakeholders to be like, that's the thing. I want to know the names of the mines for each country. I'm trying to memorize it, but it's
Sorry, can you end up with the
yeah, sure.
So okay.
Would you have something like visual on this that would help?
Yeah, I can put up. Do you want me to put up our annual